Hello, this is Elaine Sugar, award-winning children's program facilitator and overall supporter of children's dreams. Welcome to the Empower Teen Self-Esteem podcast. We bring you ideas and resources that help teens shine and help ease parents' minds.
And welcome to this new episode of Empower Teen Self-Esteem. I'm Elena Perella. I'm a personal coach for high achievers and the founder of Sentido Life Coaching. Today, I am filling in for Elaine Sugar. Our guest of today is Aleasia Hurt. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am so happy to be here on this platform because this is and what you're doing is very important. I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. So, you are an emotional intelligence and resiliency coach, right? And a
I
writer.
am. Yeah, and a writer, but yes, I
Yeah.
am. I am. And I take pride in that because you cannot have resiliency without emotional intelligence.
Okay. Tell us more about this. Why you cannot have the one without the other?
Because emotional intelligence is like the bridge to resiliency. In order to be resilient, you have to have your emotions under control and you have to understand emotions of others. But first, you have to want to understand the emotions of others when you're in a situation, when a situation has arisen, a crisis, a conflict in the workplace, even at home,
Hmm.
you know, kids, in respect to what we're doing here, they can't express themselves now. And that's a part of, because emotional intelligence really, Elena, starts very, very young. It starts in kids. You got to start getting that, integrating that into your daily routine when they're young, because a lot of things are happening just simply because teens are not talking to their families. Teens are not talking to their teachers. And that's what that's what emotional intelligence and resiliency coaching is all about. And it's an emergency. We need it to start soon, very soon.
Yes, I agree with you when you say it's an emergency. I can see um, this need for a better communication, deeper
Yes,
communication
yes,
between family members, teachers, and children and teenagers. And
yes.
I can see many children and teenagers that are struggling.
Struggling.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
they are. They are. And they feel like they can't go to anyone
Mhm.
to express themselves. They feel as if they're going to be judged. They feel as if no one would understand. And it used to be when you and I were young, I don't know how old you are, but I know I'm getting up there in age, right? So I know back in the day, if it were not family, we all took pride in having our close knit friends, and we used to talk about everything, and it's like that's not happening today. Today, teens are talking with armor of just of destruction, and I feel as if people need these. It's like a toolkit.
Yeah,
It's like a emotional toolkit they need. Um, what do I do in this situation? How do I manage this situation? Oh, I'm feeling a little, something's not feeling right. I don't know how to handle, how to manage, how to deal with what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. And it sounds so simple, but it starts with simply understanding what each emotion, each feeling means. So I start off with emotional charts. Yes, it sounds so simple, but teaching a kid to point to this when you're feeling this way, it'll make a huge difference in your child.
I agree. And well, I grew up in a very toxic environment, and I had a very difficult adolescence. And
Mhm.
I remember that I couldn't place my emotions
Yes.
anywhere. I couldn't do
Mhm.
it. There was nobody who would talk with me. And what you say, uh, pointing it out, so children needs and teenagers needs to place their emotions somewhere
Emotion,
so
right.
that they
Mhm.
are going to be recognized, so that they
Yes.
can feel and say and think, okay, this is what I feel, and this is why I feel
Feel
this
that way.
emotion, feel that
Exactly.
way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. And it starts with the parents. It
Yeah.
starts with caregivers, parents. It starts there. Um, and it doesn't matter, my goal, my vision, my passion, my purpose is to reach back and elevate people forward, right? So that start, and I meet people where they are. I meet people where they are. If someone says they're sad, okay, let's look at what sad means. If somebody says, I feel distraught, okay, let's look at, why are you feeling empty? You got to break all that down. When I meet with people, we're going to start right there. We're going to start where you are, and don't feel judged. It's a safe haven. My coaching program is a safe haven. And when it comes to teenagers, building a rapport is so huge, because trust for kids is like it's one of the primary reasons why teenagers don't talk. It's the trust issue. People in and out of their lives all the time. People they entrust themselves in people, they let them down. So you got to build that rapport. You have to show them that they can trust you and listen to them. You know, Elena, when I talk to teenagers, one of the main things I do in building that rapport, because kids, the way they communicate to each other is different from
Yes.
us, right?
Right.
So meeting them where they are, getting on down, getting to their level. So if you need to use profanity with me right now, I need you to do that. But I'm building that respect at the same time. Okay, today you got all that off your chest the last session, the last time we talked. Today, let's be emotionally intelligent in how we express ourselves. Talk to me without the profanity. And you would not believe how difficult it is, how difficult it is for them. So I need them to understand their emotions. That is key, is just understanding why they're so angry, why they're so depressed, and who makes them feel that way. And how do you manage it when you start feeling that way? Self-awareness is key in
Yes.
emotional intelligence.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Self-awareness. And you said something important. Who, the who, because they
Mhm.
are angry at someone. And what if these people are the parents?
Yes. And a lot of times it is the parents, simply because they don't understand them, or simply because they feel that they are different and parents don't understand that difference. Then that's key. People don't understand parents a lot of times don't understand what the teenagers are going, they're not taking the time to understand the differences in what teenagers go through in this age. It's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new ball game that parents are going to have to take the time to digest, dissect for their children. Teenagers are allowing their peers to parent them. Teenagers are allowing the streets to parent them. Teenagers are allowing the crisis that's going on in the world to parent them. And that's why we need to take our babies and hold them tight, because they don't understand. Now, this is not about throwing blame on parents, not at all. It's not about that. It's about, this is a new generation, and we've got to close that gap. We have to bridge that gap. Sometimes parents just have to get down and be teenagers again.
Yes.
Understand what they went through that time and remember how they made it through. Who helped them make it through? What did they do to become resilient right now? What did they do? But terms like emotional intelligence, people don't know what that means. And it's basically emotional literacy is what it is. So if you relate that to education, then there needs to be a class, there needs to be a course, a curriculum simply on emotional intelligence. That's important.
Yeah. So what can a parent do just to start this process today, for example?
I'm glad you asked me that, because be creative, right? So you know how your family, and I always say, the family is the expert of themselves. I'm not here you have culture, you have norms that you do. I'm not here to change any of that. What I'm here to tell you is to add creativity and add this little piece to what you do, right? So at night, just be creative. At night, and it's a busy world, right, Elena? So everybody's picking up a sandwich, going to do what they're going to do. No, now let's sit at the table tonight. Let's sit around the table, 6 o'clock, and we're going to talk. It sounds so cliche, but I can't tell you the difference it will make. And they're gonna feel some strict, some what? No, they're not gonna do that. You're gonna feel some of that in the beginning. But I'm telling you, that's what teenagers are crying out for. But they're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that, but that's what they want and need. Everybody set a time. Okay, let's watch this movie. Then we're going to go to bed. We're going to get some rest. And tomorrow we're going to get up and we're going to do this. We're going to walk nature. We're going to eat a big breakfast. Whatever it takes, being creative. But the caregivers are going to have to buy into this. They can't be what we call outliers, which means it's not my problem. Get my teenager right. That's outliers. Or, yeah, I'm going to be a part of this. And then they never show up to support their children. Those are what we call outliers. So I'm here to encourage families. And when I say families, that's the single mother trying to raise a son, or that's a single father trying to raise a daughter, or that's single trying to raise whichever sex it is. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. And then to top that, if you are an executive, and you're dealing with customers, you're dealing with disgruntled employees, then you got to go home to your teenagers. Being emotionally, I'm not saying emotional intelligence is a solve-all. Not saying that, because we're human.
Yeah.
We're human, and I consider myself, because I have over 35 years, about 35 years. Now I'm dating myself, right? Within this field. So I've had my own situation. And if I have a moment, I know we don't have much time, but I need people to understand where I'm coming from. We all have different stories. But after 30 some years in the field of manifesting resiliency in so many people, at the age of 50, Elena, I thought I was the healthiest person in the world doing this. But I had a stroke at 50 years old on the job, to be told that I fabricated that story, to be told you need to come into work. If you don't, you're going to be terminated. And it was after that I realized, okay, I'm going to get up out of this bed and I'm going to go in there. And I did that thing. I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And it took courage, but it was deeper than that, right? But the more I was in pain, the more pain I had, I put that pain into saving families. I didn't have to tell them my story,
Mm-hmm.
but I think over all those years in the field, those families gained so much knowledge from me. I was so angry, talking about understanding emotions and awareness and reflection and regulation. And let's not forget that. No matter how mad, angry, resentful I was of this company, of corporate, my families never knew it. And can you imagine going through that and was with them and had to see this person 3 more years? Oh, yeah. I was all on Indeed, right? I'm going to get out of this place. I'm going to get me another job. But God said, you can't get out of here because your emotion's not right. You're going to take that pain everywhere you go. And I wonder, I'll end that there, but I want to say teenagers are struggling with identity, right? That's where they are. If I didn't know myself, if I didn't know thyself throughout that, I probably wouldn't have survived that situation. So I want teenagers to know who you are, be able to express that in a healthy way so you can get the resources and the help and the support you need, starting with family, starting with a support system in the community, like what you're doing. Understand who you are. They don't know. They're so lost, Elena. They're so lost. And they just want to know who they are. And I guarantee, I'm sorry, I was just going to say, and I guarantee once they see that, who they are, because they're struggling at home because of that, and the caregivers are struggling, once they see who they are, you'll see a different situation at home. That's all what I want to say.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. And here parents play the key role. I mean, it's what you were suggesting, talk with each other, talk with your children, discuss emotions, help them understand themselves, what they are going through. Yeah. Put aside everything else and take the time to have these moments with them.
Yeah.
All together, without fear, without judgment, open
to
have a conversation. Yeah.
It's almost like an intervention,
Yes.
It's almost like an intervention, and it's going to feel forced. It's going to feel forced in the beginning.
Yeah.
But there's a foundation there already because you're family.
Yes.
There's a foundation. So bring all the people together, the church, the whatever you in the community that has supported you. But I always say, what does not elevate, eliminate. Right?
Yes, right. That's a mantra.
Yes, that's my mantra. What does not elevate, eliminate. So when you're having these family gatherings, I need you to know if that's toxic, don't need to be at the table.
No,
it don't need to be at the table. And that's going to be difficult too. That's going to be difficult too.
In the beginning, but once you understand the mechanism, once you begin to deactivate it, to eliminate, it becomes easier and easier, and you will have such a great time together. So it's the effort in the beginning worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about
go ahead.
Saving lives, the lives of your children and grandchildren.
That's it. No? It's about saving lives. It's about saving lives. And I say it's pain lasts a moment, but I tell you, healing lasts forever.
Thank you so much, Aleasia.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So this was again a wonderful chat, and it will surely help. And well, I'm Elena Perella. I'm a personal coach, founder of Untitled Coaching. Thank you, Aleasia. And thank you all for watching.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Empower Teen Self-Esteem. Please follow Kids More Sugar on social media. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel to show that you support this content. And you can visit our website at kidsmoresugar.com to learn more about our free online kids program. Thank you.